So there's a guy named Bryan Fischer. He's the director of issue analysis for government and public policy at the American Family Association. Sounds like a fancy title. In fact, the guy's pretty much a lunatic. We've covered him before. He says the most outrageous things. And he's got a new insane theory on what's going to happen if President Obama wins.
This is just a preview of what's going to happen if President Obama loses the election. I predict there's going to be civil unrest. I think we're getting a lot of these flash mob burglaries. People going to out there be saying that Governor Romney is going to take all this away from us. President Romney is going to take away our lollipops. We're entitled to it. We're just going to go get it. Barack Obama, the election has been stolen from us. What is ours by right has been taken from us by the dastardly Republicans and by this soon-to-be President Obama. So we're just going to go take what's ours. I think there's going to be unrest. I think there will be blood.
Wow, there will be blood. I didn't know that. I drink your milkshake and apparently eat your lollipops. I didn't know Obama was handing out lollipops. I haven't gotten a single one yet. What's going on, man? I would have thought I would have gotten the memo. I love their view of the government. Well, all they do is give out lollipops to everybody. And of course, if you don't give them a lollipop, riots, blood in the streets. Now, if it wasn't clear who they are, Bill O'Reilly is going to make it a little clearer. Now, he's talking to Dennis Miller. They're going to accuse President Obama of just about everything under the roof. Dennis Miller's stuff is pretty standard, but listen to what O'Reilly says.
Seems to be a real disassociation between him and the hoi polloi, as the classic
Do you
term.
think it has anything to do with grievance? Because in some African American communities, there is a grievance against whites who aren't sympathetic to their cause. And that may be driving a little bit of it. So there are some African Americans who believe that the reason they're not prospering as a community, all right, is because society hasn't done enough, and the reason society hasn't done enough is because of rich white guys.
No, I don't think of it like that with Obama. I think of him as one of those intelligentsia swells who looks down on people that he thinks aren't up to speed intellectually with him. So I don't get a color thing off him. I get I know that crowd. It's a pied-à-terre set where they sit around and they, they have Jack Henry Abbott and Norman Mailer there. And
canopies.
Yeah, canopies. All that stuff.
Right.
That's awesome. That's a Fox News classic right there. Because in the same segment, they accuse him of being, intellectual, basically Harvard guy, arugula eating, sushi eating, Volvo driving, New York Times reading guy. It's a pansy, and angry black man. But wait, which one is it? Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's just throw it up against the wall and see what happens. But at least Bill O'Reilly was clear. He thinks, well, President Obama, he doesn't like half the country because they're white. Newsflash, more than half the country is white. And facts be damned, if they're going to call President Obama out on racial issues, they're going to call him out no matter what. Has he done anything to give you a sense of, he's got a grievance against white people? Any facts? Nope. And Fox News has been scouring every word for the last 4 years to try to find a way to pin angry black man on President Obama. Nothing. In fact, Hannity recently had to go to a videotape from back in 2007 on the crap that he ran against him in the 2008 election to find an angry black man, because at one point he was speaking at a church and said Hurricane Katrina was a disaster. Wow, what an angry black man. But it didn't matter. President Obama was moderate. I thought he was center-right. I thought he was way soft on the Republicans. It didn't matter. Right before the election, O'Reilly says it anyway. You know how the black people are. They got grievances. They want their lollipops. And if they don't get their lollipops, they're going to be angry at the rest of us. Day in, day out, man. Unreal.